All right. Hey, everybody getting busy. Everybody getting busy, getting dizzy up in the. Well, I'm not in the hizzy. I'm in the great outdoors. So yeah, doing a video from the great outdoors today. Because, well, first of all, I'm out here for a couple reasons. I regularly try to feed the critters. I don't know if you're going to see this because I can't really see where it's pointing at, but there's. And that's for critters that, like, birds go in there too, but it's like for critters. And I'm going to show you my, if I come over this way, I have my bird feeder over here. And actually, while I'm on the topic, or while I'm just jumping around, my name is Tom Maher. I'm the UFO Experiencer Coach with Maher Coaching and Maher CPCC. And we're checking out the bird feeders. And the birds have been going nuts on my bird feeders. Check this out. I'm going to try to put this in the shot so I know that you're seeing it. Check this out. This is my bird feeder. And that's a bear. That bird feeder is bare. I filled this up and it's like gone in a day. Those little birdies are like little piggies on wings. So anyways, I'm out here to fill the bird feeders today. And that's the thing, the one that's on the ground, I got critter food for it. I really wanted to get peanuts. I need to get peanuts for it because that really draws in the blue jays. So and when I picked up the bird seed, the peanuts were right there and I grabbed critter feed instead. Why? I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. But anyways, Great White North, we're outside today because look around. It is north, but it's not great white. We're outside today. It's a beautiful day here in Minnesota. I was on a conference call a few hours ago, and I actually hear tornado sirens going off. So, and usually we test our tornado sirens, I think, on the first Wednesday of the month at 1 o'clock. So today's Thursday, and it was not 1 o'clock when the sirens were going off. So I was sitting there kind of on the call going, am I going to stay on the call or do I need to leave because there's like tornadoes happening? So I don't know what that was all about. But anyways, Great White North. It's funny that we're the Great White North because we're not white all year round. We have a whole weekend where it's thawed out. No, it's a little bit longer than that. But anyways, if you were to take a look at a map of the United States, we're actually the northernmost state in the entire contiguous United States. Contiguous, that means the touching states, the states that are all connected. We're the most northern one because Alaska doesn't count because they're not touching us. And you might look at it and go, well, look, it looks like this part of Maine is higher, it looks like this part of Washington is higher, but that's not the way it is. Because actually that part of Maine is actually much, much lower. And that part of Washington, where you see that nice curved line going from Washington all the way into Minnesota, it's not really a curved line. It's a curved line because the globe is, well, the Earth is a globe and it's spherical, so we're trying to represent a spherical image on a two-dimensional plane. So you try to put it down there, and it looks like it's curved, but that line is actually straight. So that line goes all straight from Washington all the way over, and then it gets to part of Minnesota. It jumps up a little bit, and then you get the rest of the border there. And the funny thing is, you go, why is it that border is like that? Because it's funny too. I'll tell you the story behind it. But it's funny, if you look at that border, that little part that jumps up in Minnesota, if you look at it, most of that's a lake, I think Lake of the Woods, but there's a little bit of land up there. So there's a part of Minnesota whose one border is Canada and the rest of the border is all shoreline. So it's not even connected. You can't drive from anywhere on that part of the state to the rest of Minnesota or the rest of the country without going through Canada or taking a boat, I guess, across the lake. But so, yeah, kind of crazy. So there's that part of Canada. So why is it like that? So because that's what makes us the northernmost state of the contiguous 48 United States. So why is it like that? So I keep thinking prospector. It's not a prospector. It could be a cartographer. Do you know what cartography is? Do you know what cartography is the art of making maps, map making, or charts, cartography, your map making. So, but I don't think it's not prospecting either. I forget what it's called, but it's something where they needed to actually go and put markers along the United States border. If you think after that little jump part, the border kind of goes all the way into the Lake of the Woods and the Great Lake. It ends up in the Great Lakes, and it kind of follows through the Great Lakes. So it would be you'd think it would be a straight line all the way to those lakes, but for some reason we jump up at that point. So what happened there? I'll tell you what happened there. They were putting down markers to mark where the border was for each of the states in Canada. And if you look from Washington all the way into Minnesota, nice straight line. It's a latitude line. It's a latitude. There's longitude and latitude. That's a latitude line. That's actually a latitude line there. They're following the latitude line until they got into Minnesota, and either the person or persons who was going to mark the latitude line, like I said, it's probably going to go right to the lakes, and then kind of the border would start following the lakes, the Great Lakes and whatnot. Got into Minnesota. The person doing the measurements was off. They put the marker in the wrong spot. They put it farther north than they should have. How much farther north did they put it than they should have? Well, just look at the map, because that's how much further north they put it than they should have. So, oops. oops, that part of Minnesota that's up there, kind of isolated from the rest of the state, was supposed to be part of Canada, but we've got it. So that makes us the northernmost state just by that little bit up there. And that was entirely by accident. So, yeah, oh well, what are you going to do now? And it's funny because the people that live in that little chunk of the state, I know there's been talk of them up there talking about trying to secede from the United States and move into Canada because they can't get to the rest of the United States without going through Canada. They're like, why are we even part of America? Why are we part of Minnesota? Because there's this lake between us and the rest of the country, and we have to go through Canada to get to the rest of the country. So they're kind of very isolated that way. They're not an island because they don't have water on all sides, but they got a lake on one side and Canada on the other side. So they're kind of like off on their own in a lot of ways. So there has been talk of them seceding. I don't know if seceding is the right word because, well, maybe it is right. Where that part of thing of seceding from Minnesota and of, therefore the United States, they can be part of Canada because they practically are. I mean, it really is. And it was a mistake. It's funny that when that mistake was made, it never was corrected. They never fixed it. They never went, oh, screw it up. Well, let's just move the marker down. Let's make this the official border between the United States and Canada. Nope, they left the marker right where it is. So the border goes all the way over there to this part in Minnesota. Then it jumps straight up to where the marker is. Then it kind of goes down into the lake. And then, it, like I said, it goes across the country. So strange. So, yeah, so that's, there's a little bit about Minnesota, northern Minnesota, the big great white North Minnesota. So probably more than you wanted to know about cartography and Minnesota and the elevations and contiguous states. Probably more than you wanted to know about all of that stuff. But you know what? If you watch this far, you know it now. And there's no one to blame but you. But you know what? It's good stuff. It's nice. Yeah, it's good stuff. You learn something every day. You learn something when you listen to me. So, all right. So these bird feeders are empty, and I don't think I do. Oh, I do have critter food. I took out the bird seed, but I didn't take out critter food. I'm gonna have to go back and grab some critter food, get those birds fed. So how's that for a nice 7-minute ramble? How's that? How do you like that? Yeah, it's good stuff. So, all right. I know it's been a long time. Things have just been crazy. I haven't done a video. I'm not even sure how long it's been since I've done a video. It might even be close to a week. I just can't keep track. I just don't know. So maybe I'll try to get one in tomorrow. Tomorrow morning I might be able to get one in, but you just follow me along for the ride. You'll find out what I find out. So, all right, I'm going to wrap it up. So until next time, take good care of yourselves. Take good care of each other. Check those bank balances every day. I kid you not. And I will see you next time, everybody. I am out of here. Bye-bye.